talking about financing now. Let's see what Bitcoin can finance at this time, seeing it's recovered a bit. Still very sluggish movement. Like, right. I don't think I can get used to this trend on Bitcoin where it's just so slow in movement. It's a boring market.
Quite boring, but definitely we're seeing the German government having some kind of fun, you know, at this time, offloading another set of Bitcoin.
To make it even more boring? Well, if it drops, it's not boring. At least there's movement.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we've been doing between 59 and 60, 61 for more than a week now.
For a couple of months now, we've seen that range after topping at over $70,000. So this is where we're seeing accumulation, you know, at this time. Some sell-offs and some also taking opportunity in this market. But we're seeing the color right there. It's mostly green on the board, with ton being the most green right now. Let's look at the top headlines in the market. As I said before, see the German government selling another round of Bitcoins, 832 Bitcoins this time, shedding about 13% of their Bitcoin holdings. You see, the German government's been on an unstoppable spree of liquidating its Bitcoin holdings as for the latest information on Arkham. So we're still seeing more sell-ups there from German government. Then whale activity. We're seeing whale activity also in the market. Bitcoin whale transferred $114 million worth of Bitcoin to Binance. So definitely 1,800 Bitcoins from this whale wallet into Binance. So traders are wondering, what's he going to do at this point? Is he going to sell? And we're seeing the price of Bitcoin already reacting to some of these moves. Let's bring in Rume Ofi now, financial market analyst. Great to have you, Rume. Hello, Rume.
Good afternoon, Ladi.
Fantastic. Great to have you. Great to have you.
I can hear you, Ladi. Good afternoon.
So we're seeing a lot of whale movement in the crypto market at this time. We're seeing the German government offloading more Bitcoins. Talk to me about the implications of these movements we're seeing on market prices.
There are a lot of movement going on, and I must say for a fact that at this point in time, it's not looking good, because German government is selling, the US government is selling, and also 9 billion is going to be paid to creditors from the hack that happened in an exchange, Mt. Gox, at some point in time in 2014. So it's going to be huge volatility. People should expect some huge volatility in July, because all of these coins held in the balance sheet of some of these countries, they are most likely going to liquidate to cash. And for those that were also involved in the Mt. Gox issue, they have been expecting their money for more than a decade now. And most likely it's going to happen, like, if they get their money, most likely they're going to sell. So if you have some funds there, and after all of the issues that have happened, you get your money, most likely they're going to sell, you know, and it's not looking very, very good for riskier asset right now, considering all the things that are happening in the US. Also, geopolitical crisis is there, and uncertainties. Inflation is not going speedily down like the Fed is actually saying. So people would rather go to safe havens, though there's this saying that says that, oh, Bitcoin is a safe haven, but it's relatively still new. So putting your funds there by this time, it's not the very best of the best, considering the fact that the ETFs is not enough to hold the market when the ships are down. These ETF guys are just there to make the quick buck and not the long-term holders like most retailers are. So if there are some down movement, most likely they're going to take their money out. But yesterday, significant inflows actually came into the market, which makes some sense, and we saw the uptick to about $63,000 and thereabout. But as far as I'm concerned, in the short term, we have seen the peak in the market. We should tell ourselves the truth, even though some will not want to say. They will be saying on their various platforms that we are going to 100K, 80K, or 500,000 thereabout. For now, we've seen the peak at 73 or 72 thereabouts.
So I guess the sentiment right now is sell, sell, sell from what we've seen from the German government and some whale activity in the market. But we had the same conversations in the first half of 2024. The markets weren't looking too good. Inflation was still there. And we didn't know when the US were going to cut rates. But we still see Bitcoin delivered over 44% gains in the first half of 2024. So what are you seeing for the second half of 2024?
The first half catalyst was for ETF, was for the Bitcoin ETF. We saw the market move from the higher 30s to 70, early 70s, which makes a lot of sense because all of these institutional investors want to get into the market and make the quick buck and make a whole lot of money. This second quarter of the year is going to be the reality of the bumpy ride that the Fed chair has been said, Jerome Powell has been saying. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Right now, they are being careful, and the market is not accepting the fact that it's going to be higher for longer. At some point, the market has priced in about 2 cuts. Now, the one is not even looking certain, which is most likely going to be in September, and maybe the next will be in 2023. But if the market immediately the market realizes that it's going to be higher for longer and there's not going to be a cut in 2024, it's going to be showtime for some huge downside. And I'm not going to be surprised. But the truth is, for those listening, prepare your mind that if you see lower price, our opportunities to buy quite all right. But again, if you have caught off guard, doing leveraging with huge amounts and you blow your account. You lose your money.
You don't want to catch
I don't think anyone wants to lose their money right now.
Yeah, you don't want to catch a falling knife at this point. But let's look at the MiCA now in Europe. Markets and crypto assets regulation. We're seeing the stablecoin regime that came into effect in the European markets in Europe. How is this shaping sentiment so far?
So Europe is ahead in terms of regulation. It's unfortunate, even though the US, which is so to say the superpower, is not getting it right, still using Howey test of 1934 or thereabout to be able to benchmark either some other cryptocurrencies, being securities or commodities. You can see the cases going even more now from the SEC, that is Gary Gensler, suing MetaMask, Consensus, even the case of Binance now, Binance US is coming again on some staking activities and some others. We saw the SRP Ripple case here and there, So I am looking at a situation whereby the Europe getting it really clear in terms of regulation is a step further. They are saying that you must meet certain criteria to be able to operate, most especially in stablecoin. Stablecoins are benchmarked 1:1 with the dollar. The European Union, the European member states, about 27, if I'm not mistaken,
right,
have their own currency, which is the euro. Yeah, and they are saying that for you to play in our market, which is the electronic market institution, you have to meet those guidelines. And SECO, USDC, has met those guidelines. Those guidelines meaning you have to be able to benchmark your stable coins 1:1 with the euro as against the dollar. Okay. Which I also think that other clients we also need to take cue from other blocks. I was making mention the other time of the ECOWAS that if we can do something like that, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Right.
So if you want to play in that market and you can't meet those guidelines, you will not be able to strive. And it's going to tell in the broader market of the crypto space. USDC has gotten it right as being the only regulated stable coin being licensed right about now in the European amongst European states. So any other country that wants to do something with it, they're usually going to tweak a bit their regulation to favor the broader stuff. And USDT, which is the biggest, is going to lack on that because it has to start and the implementation has already begun. Fully is going to commence in December.
All right. We'll definitely keep tracking regulation because it's all about regulation in crypto space. Thank you so much, Romeo Fee. Always great having your perspective. Thank you. All right, so there you have it. It's all about regulation at this time, but we did say it was a tough market in the first half, but Bitcoin still delivered 44% gain. So who knows what's going to happen in the second half?
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
All right, thank you, Ladi, and that's it on the program. Thank you so much for being a part of it. It's the second one for the week and for the month. We have a whole lot more to go. We'll do it again tomorrow, so do join me. But remember, you can always repeat this experience, all the information and all of that. They await you on our YouTube channel, Business Morning, Business Incorporated. I'm John Michael. Enjoy the rest of your day.